Alright people, here we go, the final Elite 8 matchup. And we've got T4H recognized, and he's going up against number 1 seed Prioxis. The winner faces Suspensa in the semifinals.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Are you listening?
Ricky J. Sparks.
All right, people, the match you've been waiting for. Holy smokes, these guys have been going back and forth. Look at this, we have a Clay Guida sighting, and finally it's Prioxis versus T4H recognized, and this is the final Elite 8 matchup. No, it's not the semi-final matchup. Actually, the winner of this fight faces Suspensa in the semi-finals, and Suspensa, he actually got a bye into the semi-finals because Spider, for some reason, decided to back out, man. So here we go. We are in the Elite 8, and Prioxis versus T4H recognized. Both of these guys are esports pros. Look at that showdown right there. That head-to-head 8-8. So this could go either way. And Prioxis, man, you guys all know about Prioxis, brother. He is ranked first in this tournament as far as the seeding's concerned, and I got a bunch of guys who know all these virtual fighters to help me seed all the fighters, and he's ranked first, and T4H recognized is not that far off, man. So this is going to be quite the battle, and you have to think about it right here, people. I'm putting my thinking hat on right away that Prioxis is going to be up against it in this first fight after landing Clay Guida. So let's see what he does, man. You guys know Ed Parker. Ed Parker made Clay Guida look like a superstar, man. Looked like he was on what TJ Dillashaw was taking. And let's see if Prioxis can do the same. And speaking of TJ Dillashaw, what a sad time in MMA if you think about it. Jeez, that guy had everything going for him, and now he's public enemy number 1. Oh, look at this. But I want to talk about that. As this fight's rolling. What great striking and head movement by Prioxis. But TJ Dillashaw, you know, he was one of my favorite fighters, and I have to say that this guy's a flippin' punk, man. And I know it's a pretty bold statement, but he's a loser for taking drugs knowingly, and you know, he basically destroyed the career of Cody Garbrandt, you know what I mean? Giving him 2 knockouts, you know, while being on the sauce like that. And, you know, I loved TJ Dillashaw, and, you know, he is just a punk, man, for fighting and cheating, you know what I mean? Cheating and fighting. But you got to feel for Cody Garbrandt, man. I feel like his career is shortened, and his career is basically ruined thanks to the cheater TJ Dillashaw. And again, that I'm saying this, telling you guys that TJ Dillashaw was in my top 3 favorite fighters, and I just fallen off the respect wagon for him, man. He's a punk, seriously. Cheater, man. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. I have no sympathy for people that are cheating, you know, knowingly cheating. But anyway, let's get back to this fight. What we're seeing here, man, we're seeing Prioxis just shake off the bad stats of Clay Guida, and he's doing a good job. He's doing a good job, but Recognize is still pushing forward and standing in his face, man. He knows he's got that stat advantage, and if he could drag this fight into the 3rd round, I'm not going to say 4th round, but he will have the advantage. But at this stage, nice. I love how he swayed like that. But at this stage in the tournament, man, it's just so close. There's no cakewalk. Nice head movement. Holy cow. And that's something for me personally that I'm still trying to figure out, the head movement. And it's amazing seeing some of these guys in split seconds decisions. You know, they make those right moves, man, with their head. It's pretty close round. I'm just looking at the stamina advantage. Gotta give it to Recognize, man. But that round's definitely Prioxis, man. So if Prioxis can, get this second round, man, he could just do some jogs. Remember Clay Guida? Clay Guida, man, had the most interesting intros, man, when he would come into the ring. Like his walk-in, he would be jumping around like the Ultimate Warrior. Then his older brother would slap him on the face, like really, really hard. And then he would basically sprint around the octagon. And I remember Joe Rogan saying in one of his fights, dude, you gotta like conserve your energy. He's gonna be exhausted before the fight even starts. I guess he just wants to keep the heart rate up. Well, let's see what happens here. You see how Prioxis is tickling the belly right there? He's got to be careful on doubling up on that. He's faking. Oh, you know what he was trying to set up there? He was trying to fake the takedown and go into the clinch. And T4H has flipped the switch. Oh my god, this fight could be done. Holy cow. Just like that. Just like that. T4H Recognize. With an unbelievable performance. And look at this selection right here. GSP versus Jacare. Wow, both guys are getting lucky. But that fight right there, wow. I think I jinxed Prioxis by accident. Saying, you know what, buddy, you gotta win one fight, or win one round. And dude, he got really hurt right there, man. But see what Prioxis can do. And this guy, Prioxis, see, that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to fake the takedown and go into the clinch, and now he's got the clinch. Oh my gosh. See how crazy this game is, though? You think you have the fight, then all of a sudden something happens, you make one mistake, and the fight ends. And I think Prioxis is going to be flipping the switch. He doesn't want to have to deal with T4H Recognizes unbelievable stand-up game. And you got to give him much love, man, for that incredible finish. And this is what we're going to see. And I remember Martial Mind facing Prioxis, and Martial Mind was doing great against Prioxis in the stand-up game, and then good old Prioxis decided to go with the old grappling game and basically stifled the offense of Martial Mind. And looks like this is the same game plan that he's going with right here. Playing it safe. Some people used to call GSP not George St. Pierre, George Safe Pierre. But he's playing it safe, staying on top, faking. He's got to be careful. Anybody that uses Souza, and I'm the guy that uses him a lot. When I'm using Jacare, man, I could submit so many people so easily. But when I'm using someone like Dominic Cruz, it's just so hard for me to submit guys. So, wow, good sweep right there. But Prioxis just has to be careful. And again, his tournament life is on the line, people. One more loss, and he is done. And you know Suspensa's waiting in the wings. I don't know if you guys are old school UFC fans, but Suspensa, I'm going to change his name to Harold Howard. Do you guys remember what happened in UFC? Was it UFC 3? Yeah, it was UFC 3. I probably got it wrong, but I'm going to see if I can remember, if I can channel my inner UFC days. But Harold Howard, he beat this one guy, Payne. I can't remember what his first name was. That was the nickname of the guy. Oh, look at this. Is he going to get it? No. And then Hoist Gracie fought Chemo on the other side of the bracket. And Hoist Gracie won, but he was exhausted and injured. So Hoist Gracie ended up, just withdrawing from the tournament. But he was supposed to face Harold Howard. And Harold Howard was celebrating like he beat the legend Hoist Gracie. And he got a bye to the finals. And then I believe he was supposed to face Ken Shamrock, I think, but also Ken Shamrock got injured as well and withdrew from the finals. So then Steve Jenham came in. He was a cop coming in as an alternate to the finals, and Harold Howard, as fresh as a daisy, lost to Steve Jenham in the finals. So I'm not saying Suspensa is going to lose in the semis, but he's been waiting in the wings for a long time, and getting that bye into the semis is something that you wonder, is he going to be ready? Is he playing Apex Legends or is he training? That's the question, but we'll see. But a nice, very safe round for Prioxis. And Recognize has got to utilize that great striking ability. And, you know, some people may think that Jacare doesn't have the best stand-up. He's got good hands, man. I use him. You know, he can't hang with guys like, you know, Whitaker, Rockhold, but if you use him right and he connects, he's not so much a volume puncher, but, you know, precision, and he's got a little punch, man. No pun intended. And if you hear me, I'm battling a cold. Here in Canada, you know, it's gotten a lot warmer, and with the weather change, my body, I don't know if I could take it. I also got a needle at the doctor, and they said one of the side effects is you may have cold-like symptoms, so that may be it. So I'm pulling a Michael Jordan, man, 1997, fighting or commentating basically with a cold, man. But look at Prioxis, man. This is a type of guy that is a true champion, man. Let's be honest, because a guy that is able to switch gears and dictate the fight, just as GSP would say, I'm here to dictate the fight. That was one of GSP's interviews. But look at how he's able to just understand his opponent, how elite his opponent is in the striking game, and switch gears and grapple. It's incredible. But I like how Recognize is not panicking, you know. And again, when you can get a guy like a Jacare in this position off its back, you know, anything is possible. And Prioxis recognizes that. He doesn't want to be throwing strikes and stack, you know. Prioxis can grab an arm and lock you up in a two-stage submission. But look at this, man. Just a nice warm Prioxis blanket being sent to Recognize as he's doing a nice job with top control and just basically draining Recognize, man. He is, look at that stamina on the top left, just totally draining. And that is something that's just incredible, man, really. And if you're wondering, I don't have a drink this fight, man. I need that coffee.
Are you intoxicated or something?
I need that coffee for sure, man. You know, it's so funny. This is on a side note as this round is ending. I work with two guys. I work with a bunch of guys, but I work with two guys, my buddy Nick and my buddy Chris. And it's so funny. My buddy Nick, this guy, man, he smokes cigarettes like it's going out of style, man. This guy, he's a Marlboro man. Loves his Marlboros. He can smoke a Marlboro cigarette in like a minute and 30 seconds. And I'm like, dude, if you were in the mafia, his name's Nick. I would call him Nicotine Nick. He just always has to have his cigarette, man. And then my buddy Chris. Oh, nice. Look at this striking game. And look at how Prioxis has switched gears now. Prioxis is like, you know what? I can grapple. I can strike. I can do it all. But he's got the mount. Oh, he's not getting up. Could he go for a submission? No, hammer time. But as he's pounding on him, my buddy Chris, he drinks like 8 to 10 coffees a day, man. I'm not kidding you. 8 to 10 coffees a day. And I'm like, you know what, Chris? Dude, if you were in the mafia, your nickname would be Caffeine Chris, man. Guy just loves his coffee. He has like 8 cups on his office desk. It's unbelievable. But anyway, let's get back to this fight. Hopefully you enjoyed the old sidetracking action. Ooh, look at this. He doesn't want to grapple with him. That's interesting considering he has Jacare, really. That is pretty interesting that he wouldn't want to test his skills, because I don't know how. Well, you know, GSP doesn't have the greatest head health, but I think it's silly for them to do that in this game. You would think GSP, he hasn't been ever knocked out cold. You know, he got dropped by Matt Serra with an illegal punch behind the ear, which is, you know, But if you look at that fight, I know I'm a GSP fan, but it looked like that was an illegal shot. And then, has he ever been stopped? Nope. So I think they need to fix that. He took shots from Hendricks. GSP's got a chin of granite, not a chin of glass, like they have programmed in this game. But look at this. Recognize. With some nice little grinder shots to deliver right there. Nice. He pushes away, man. That's pretty interesting. I believe he really... Nice stuff. Go for a submission. Oh, that would have been an opportunity, man. He's really putting it on right here. And this is a good showing by Recognize. And Prioxis is kind of hanging on here a little bit. He feels like he's, in a way, he's kind of just coasting, just riding out. He knows he's got the first couple of rounds. He may even have this round. He's not trying to push the limit, and look at that. Beautiful stuff. Secures the takedown, and that's a wrap, people. We're going to a third fight. We are going to a third fight. Definitely. And getting back to that work, the work nickname. So they were not too impressed. I was calling my buddy Nicotine Nick and Caffeine Chris. Well, they said, Ricky, you know what? You keep on eating Ringolos at your desk. You know Ringolos, the chips that look like rings. They're going to call me Ringolo Ricky. I'm like, buddy, that's not funny. 30-27. A typical GSP victory right there. Gets the W, and we are going into the sudden death third fight. And let's see what happens. It's very interesting now at this point when both guys are on the line here. Their tournament life is on the line. Who they get in the random selection. Oh, Isaac Frost. But that's not really Prioxis's best type of fighter, though. Is he gonna keep him? He is gonna keep him. This is the heavyweight division. Todd Duffy. Oh, oh, he gets dead. And you know what's so funny? Sorry, I just whacked the mic right there. But you know what's so crazy is, like, if you ask both of these guys if they could flip the switch and switch fighters, I think Prioxis would be pretty happy getting Dan Severn, and obviously Recognize with that elite striking would love to have Frost. But maybe I'm wrong, but here we go. This is going to be, an opportunity for Recognize to try to channel his wrestling skills. Let's just see how good his wrestling skills are. Recognize is, like I said, and like I've been saying this whole video, has an elite striking game. But I don't know if he could stand there with a Prioxis. Look how big Frost is. Jeez. He is just a monster. Holy cow. And if I'm Recognize, I wouldn't even mess with Prioxis on the feet here. Nice. Oh, good stuff. But see how smart these guys are? They understand stats. They understand what they're up against. And you gotta role play here. So it's kind of like it's a role playing game. You gotta use what your fighter's strengths are, man. Nice. Great stuff. I don't know if you need to pre-deny that takedown, but you have to have some really lightning fast reaction time to be able to stop that takedown after absorbing a hit like that. But Recognize is trying a little bit of everything. This has turned out to being just a whoa! Holy fast shots, man. What a unbelievable combo. But this has turned out into being a great showdown, really. Anytime it goes to a third fight, it's always fun. And I'll be honest with you guys, I miss making these videos, guys, man. I'm being honest. Like, this tournament, whoa, coming to a close is kind of sad, but that means we got to start up a new one, right? Let me know what you want to do, you PS4 guys. Let me know what you guys want to do, seriously. Oh boy. Look at how the tables have turned here. And Recognize needed this, man. Let's be honest. He needed this. He needed this fight to get to the mat. He took some shots to the head. Always going for a submission. And what's Frost's submission defense? You know, Dan the Beast Severn has great submission skills. Ask Anthony Mad Dog Macias. He's got 2 more gates. Oh my gosh. Wow. That's a good feather in the cap for Recognize. Oh my gosh. Prioxis is hanging tough right here. Mount and denied it. Oh, here we go. Lots of time. We got a minute. Oh my goodness. Could Prioxis be out? What? Oh, he keeps on getting to that 3rd gate, and Prioxis has been doing a good job getting out of it. And Prioxis is safe right here. If you're in this position on top, you're safe, especially against a submission guy. They don't really have any arm traps in this position. Ooh, this is big. This is big for Pry, man. But what a great round. Both guys having great moments of success. But, man, if Recognize can keep this fight on the mat, definitely has a great chance of stopping Prioxis. But if it's at this position, with those lightning lunchbox hands of Frost, it's not good for Recognize. So here we go. The tension is building every minute, every round, every minute, every second that passes by. The tension seems to build. And look at how Frost is like punching down. He's so tall. Do you notice that animation? He's punching down. Gravity's your friend. Oh man, just teeing off. Oh man. And I was a huge fan of Dan Severn. And this is, it hurts me seeing him get dropped like this. And what a great job of just the boxing display of Mr. Prioxis. Wow. Just a nice little 2-piecer. And if you're wondering, people, I haven't been talking about KFC. I lost 10 pounds. I've been working out 4 days a week. Let me know if you want to see some Ricky J progress videos, or not videos, pictures. But I've been working out. I lost 10 pounds. I haven't had KFC for like a couple months. Shoutouts to the KFC crew, man. But yeah, 6'2", 178 pounds. Feeling good, feeling great. It's beach season soon. Gotta be ready. Oh, look at this. Oh, nice. Oh my gosh. This fight could be done. It's a 2-stager. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's over. It is over. He had it. He had it, big dog. Wow. Now, if Recognize doesn't win this, this is going to be haunting him that moment for the next little while. He had him. Oh man. And he's probably just cursing at the screen right now. Oh man, he had the stamina advantage. What a great crafty little move he did right there. Here's a trivia question. Do you know how to deny that submission attempt in that clinch position? Let me know in the comments. See if you know. See if you're paying attention. This fight is close. If I'm Prioxis, I'm keeping my distance, keeping my stamina up, keeping my combo short, and just touching Recognize. Not trying to do too much. He's got the power behind him. No need to do anything silly. Oh! Speaking of... I am totally jinxing Prioxis in this fight. Don't do anything silly. How about if I, crouch down and let my opponent just uppercut me into oblivion? What an unbelievable matchup, man. I could just, if I wasn't holding the mic, I would be standing up right now and clapping out of respect for both of these awesome guys. Oh. But when you got Frost, you're never out of it. And if I'm recognized here, I would like to see him switch gears and try to go for a takedown when the opportunity arises. He can't be standing here letting Prioxis unload with Frost. Just totally mesmerized by this fight. Recognize he's doing a lot. He's watching. He's looking for an opportunity, but he's keeping that guard up. He has to, people. He really does. Nice. Good sway back.
Really threw everything into that uppercut, but fell short. That shot blocked by Frost. Doing an excellent job blocking here.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I would like to see more rips to the body, but when you go to that body, leaves your head open. Oh, nice. Every time Recognize touches Prioxis' head, his head's flashing. Both of these guys have scrambled heads here, man. Oh. And good job by Prioxis with the footwork, cutting off the cage, establishing that center of the octagon. Both guys being very defensive. Not really getting hit by anything too crazy. And that's what you got to do too when your stamina's low, when you've been hurt. Get that combo number down. 1 or 2 shots. Don't go for 3-hit combos. Because when your stamina's down, it leaves you susceptible to getting rocked and KO'd. So both these guys are doing a great job. Recognize his uppercuts aren't landing, but it's good that he's still throwing it. That driving uppercut. Jeez, he's not afraid, just going right at Frost, man. Nice. And those body shots, those quick strikes, those add up. You think they don't. For all you headhunters out there, rip up the body. Because in the later rounds, they add up. And this is going to help Prioxis, in this round, man. The championship rounds. Oh, nice. But this is what Recognize needs to do. Recognize he needs to push forward earlier on in the round and hurt Prioxis. Oh, boy. They both connected at the same time, but Frost obviously has the upper hand. And then you switch gears here if you're Recognized. Go for a takedown, brother. Oh, boy. He is hurt. Or go for a slip straight. That's Swiss backs. That's what he... Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Is it done? It's done. Prioxis, the #1 seed, survives another unbelievable challenge. We got to give the mad love to Recognize for making it this far and for pushing Prioxis right to the bitter end. But what an unbelievable showing by both fighters. And obviously respect to both. Big ups to Prioxis for switching gears, showing some striking game, some wrestling game, some clinch game, and some traditional old style boxing game. So he had to pull out all the stops, and he will be facing Mr. Suspensa in the semifinals. Let's hope we can get that fight out in the next few days because, Peyton is waiting in the wings, man, twiddling his thumbs and flying kites in his backyard, waiting for his finalist, basically, waiting for his opponent in the final. So anyway, people, this is Ricky J, baby, from Ricky J Sports. Have an awesome day, and don't forget, guys, you are awesome. Enjoy the fights.
Dustin Poirier going to win.
Gaslam's gonna his way to victory.